Hey, this is Dan. Welcome back to another Mastering Collectify. This time I'm going to talk to you about our brand new tool, Key. Key is a new take on the ERC 721 NFT type. What differentiates it is dynamic pricing and infinite supply. Now, if you were active in crypto over the summer of 2023, you'll have probably noticed when Friendtech took over the meta for a few weeks anyway. Friendtech was based on a similar idea. What you do is you have an exponential growth in price. As each person buys a new token, it forces the price up of the next token. It creates an interesting tokenomic structure, one which rewards early adopters. It also does other things like, for example, capping the number of participants at the highest price that anyone is willing to pay. Each token is burnt upon sale, and essentially there is a constant source of liquidity. There are several use cases that we can think of right now. The socialify aspect and the gated content creation that Friendtech essentially represents is a good example. Another example would be gaming assets, which very much like a trading card store, the popularity will increase and decrease depending on utility. And as a result, the asset access will fluctuate in real time as well. There's also potential here for artists to release interesting drops. And I'm sure you, the builders, can come up with even more things too. So right now, I'm going to just jump in and show you how to set up one of these key contracts. So straight away, we're at the familiar contract creation page. If you've built anything with us before, you'll recognize this format. So right now it's just ERC 721, so you can't change that. And we're going to give our project a name, a symbol, and paste in some metadata. If you're wondering about metadata, it's essentially the information that exists behind the link that is essentially the NFT listing. We have a dedicated video on that if you are wondering how to do that properly. It's quite important, so definitely worth thinking about ahead of time. I'm going to copy this URL and bring it back over. I'm going to paste it in, and I'm just going to give my project a name and a symbol. The max supply is unlimited, and the royalties are quite important because this is where you will actually make the revenue from. Unless you're buying and selling your own keys, you are relying on the royalties for revenue to come directly to you. A good example for this might be 10%. Then we're going to choose a trading token. Now, as with most things on Collectify, you can choose your trading token, and you can either use the default coin of the chain. I'm using the Goerli testnet, so that would be ETH in this case. Or I could pick any ERC20 token. This will depend on the chain that you're on. You can use a BRC20 if you're using Binance Chain, for example. For now, I'm just going to stick to ETH because we're on the testnet and I have the ETH in my wallet. Moving on to the price itself. The initial price and the base number are very important here. And this is where you might want to get out a spreadsheet. We provide you with the formula here, and I just want to show you how this looks on a chart. If we just set the initial price of 0.01 ETH and we apply each of these different base numbers, we get this chart where you can see it on a curve. If I use the Friendtech number of 16,000 as a base number, I can see that the 30th NFT is going to cost 0.066. The 40th is going to cost 0.11, and so on and so forth. So if you plan this out ahead of time and create a similar sheet, you can adjust the variables and you can actually map which number is going to cost what amount of whatever the coin you're using is. As you can see, a lower base number causes a much sharper rise in the pricing. In this case, number 50 is almost half an ETH. This will depend on the value of the currency as to what people might be willing to pay. If you're looking to build a community that probably caps out at about 50 people, and you judge that people may want to pay, let's say $1,000 to be part of your project in fiat money equivalent, then using ETH, you'll want to be around here, okay? You'll be wanting to use these kinds of numbers. In the case of my project, I want to go and give it the initial price of 0.01, and then I'm going to actually reduce the base number down a bit. I'm going to use 11,000. As we can go back and see, at 11,000, around the 30 unit mark, it's getting to 0.1. Your project may vary, okay? So, filling out the rest of it, the calendar dates here are pretty standard and pretty self-explanatory. We just want to highlight though, holder cannot sell before. For this contract type, you can create a block on when the holder of your NFT is able to sell it. So this is one thing to keep in mind is how long do you want to restrict selling? For some people, it may make sense to be indefinitely. If you're doing some kind of price-scaled membership system for a club, a product, or a service, this may be something you want to do. Obviously, you'll want to highlight that to people before they buy the thing. because again, part of the crypto and NFT culture is speculation. Now, in addition to this restriction, we also allow you to restrict other transfers. So that would be sending it to other wallets. This is designed as a way of preventing people from OTC trading, i.e. peer-to-peer trading, and getting away with skipping on royalty payments. This you can turn on and off at any time. So I'm going to quickly fill in the dates and hop on to the next one. Okay, so on page 2, it's the standard setup, and we're going to just use our image. Our project is called Cult of Keys. Fill this all in as usual. This stuff can all be customized and altered down the line. We're going to just go ahead and create the contract. All done. Moving on. Okay, so here we are on the contract dashboard. This stuff is all predefined and you can't change it, so I hope you got it right the first time. Rolling down, you have the option to block certain marketplaces from interacting with your contract. This is designed as a way of helping preserve royalties. And down here are the elements that you can change. The standard information can be updated at any time. This is where you would import a whitelist from our Allowlisting tool. On the earnings page, this is where you can withdraw the money that you've generated through royalties of the contract. So if you remember, we set it to 10% on this, and therefore if we have enough volume, we might have an amount of ETH that we want to withdraw. We can then do that. Upon doing it, Collectify will receive 2%, and that's our fee for running the service. The wallet address will be the wallet that you have created this contract with. In this case, for me, it's this one I'm connected to right now. Of course, that's how I'm in this behind the scenes section. If you are running as a co-manager, i.e. a wallet that's been granted access to edit and manage, obviously they won't be getting the money. That still all goes to the primary wallet that created the contract in the first place. Theme is where you can customize some of the colors and aspects of the page. So I'm going to just make it a nice red this time, and this font which doesn't fit the theme of the project at all, but here we are. We're just doing a demonstration, and so let's take a look. Okay, so here we are on the minting dashboard. I have lifted all the restrictions so that I can try and demonstrate how to buy and sell rapidly. Here we are. I'm gonna buy it, gonna use my gas, confirm everything, and just wait for that to go through, and we're done. Can you see how the price has now jumped up by this quite awkward number? And you can now see if I sell it, I'm going to receive this much back. Now you're thinking, wow, that's less than you bought it for. That's because of the royalty that was taken, right? If I want to sell it, I can sell it. As I said before, the liquidity stays in the contract, so only the royalty is taken away. Now, I'm just going to go back to the royalties page, and here you can see there is a claimable 0.001 ETH. Now, of course, if I was on mainnet, the gas fee would be several hundred times this, I imagine, but I just want to give you the example of how that all works. So I hope that has clearly demonstrated how to set up your own keys-based project, and we're looking forward to seeing what everyone comes up with as a way to use this tool. Reach out to us if you're building something interesting. We're always happy to hear from the people building on our platform. Okay, thanks. See you in the next one.